Just got some maintenance done on my 1998 XR400. Already today used plexiglass, plastic cleaner, protectant, and polish on all this plastic in the seat, tank, the fender, and the plastic piece in the front of the rear tire. Use it also on the FMF power core for muffler. Got all the dirt and grit off, dust off here, and dust off in the front. And the underneath the fender, I was glad to get that yuck cleaned out. Been running over pine cones, walnuts. They can really get caught between the knobs and so forth with these tires. And they get tossed and thrown around. I just cleaned and re-oiled my air filter recently, yesterday. And also just the chain and the sprockets right here, front and back. This piece down here, chain guide, lubricated those, cleaned them. Sure was dusty and dirty. The only problem is last year I didn't ride because my ankle was messed up from being in a jackknife when the trailer come up against the driver door due to a defect in the Baltimore, Maryland roads they built. There was no dip sign, and it messed up the center of gravity and had the trailer push the truck right over into the guardrail. If I'd gone 12 feet over, I'd probably been crushed. Yeah, I just got as much cleaned down in there recently. And I rechecked my tires and tubes out. These rim locks, the light lock, still holding up after 4 years, no deterioration, because the rubber ones with the metal deteriorate in 2 or 3 years where they can easily separate. I would recommend a light lock rim lock because it's got hard plastic with the metal. So far, after 4 years, same tires and rim locks, no problem. And I applied red rubber grease, 4 ounce. Had 2 of them 4 ounce containers. I lubricated with the red rubber grease, my tire beads, because I even had to demount the tire in the tube. And I got the tube all coated with the red rubber grease. And I put red rubber grease on the rim strap and on the metal on the inside. And as I pumped the tire up, some of the grease did push out, but I did use 2 containers of 4 ounce red rubber grease, just barely had enough. And so you can still see some red rubber grease in there. And at least it'll probably keep the tire from dry rotting. I might still get another 2, 3, or 4 years out of these tires. It's hard to say, but the inner tube was still good, better than some of the other brands. And the front tube I noticed was chaffing, so at least this red rubber grease should help preserve the tubes on the inside. I might get another 2 or 3 more years out of these Pirelli inner tubes, which might be better than the other brands. And I was just glad to get this all cleaned up. I had to use some leftover green grease for the bearings in the back here. Get them all cleaned up. My Galfer rotor brake should be still good, because it still rolls pretty good. Yeah, it's like there's still grease down in here. You can see it right there. I have some inside the inner tube, but not much. At least should help if I should get a flat tire. But I would think probably after I get well, start riding again this summer, that grease will probably cook out of there. Right now I just gotta worry about recouping from my kneecap, because I had a bad fall back in January. Right now I got my knee Pastrana MX knee protection on right now. Yeah, my front tire here, you can see I've even got red grease on the inside of the tire, the tube, all over the inner tube, the outside, and the inside toward the rim band, and the inside metal part, as well as the rear, were greased just for lubricating. At least it should get extra protection for the inner tube so it don't dry rot. And the tire beads should be good, yeah, because if you don't have any maintenance done, tire won't last, especially with the beads when you got plenty of tread. But I might get another 2 or 3 more years out of especially these inner tubes. Yeah, the Pirelli. I got the Scorpion MX tire. Yeah, right there. It says Pirelli. Tube type. Soft 410. MX Scorpion. Yeah. Yeah, I still got grease down in here. I just put some more right in there. You can see it right underneath that plastic round thing. These nuts, I'll probably have to get some more of these when I start working. The only thing now is this part right here is no longer available, but the studs and nuts still available. And I got this on, this light rim lock. I was to give them a number 5 review because they're a whole lot better. But if I could get them I could always give them a 10 if they give me the opportunity to give them a 10, because that's the best rim lock I've ever had. The light rim lock. It's got some plastic in here with metal, and I I haven't had any problem with them on the inner tubes, but they do hold the tire on. But the front tire, I almost had a pinch kink. It's just a little bit of a couple millimeters opening, and tube's still thick. So I figure I'll just go ahead and use it. Probably get another 2 or 3 more years out of the tubes. And whatever leftover red rubber grease I had it. Used it to clean the spokes. Still left some on there yesterday and forgot all about it. But it looks pretty good right now. Yeah, because it looks a lot better, well kept and maintained. But I'll probably be right in like this June or July as soon as I get the go-ahead from my orthopedic doctor. Yeah. Yeah, no one likes to slip and fall and lose their balance. Especially when you got black ice during the winter. Yeah. Yeah, the plexus. I like it, but the problem is you don't want to avoid contact with the fumes because they can be poisonous, hazardous. Yeah, I did a little bit of scraping of the plastic right here about a couple years ago on the asphalt down there. Yep. A little bit of a scratch right there when it went down, but I was lucky to stop the engine versus having a worse scenario because I was up there in third gear. Yeah, she looks a lot better, well kept, maintained, clean, and so forth. Sure is a good dirt bike. And I would say probably about the year 2023 or so, it may qualify for vintage status. All I gotta do is put the original gas tank here back in, which would be smaller than this, the normal, and put the original older logo XR on from 98, which I still got, which is almost getting rare today, but it's held up a lot pretty good. Yeah, it's been pretty good. Still like my Saunders Fat Tire e-bike. Only problem is the cheap Chaoyang tires only last a couple years whether you got tread on them or not. Because I do have cords getting ready to show right there. And a couple uneven knobs. You just gotta watch those. Because I don't want to blow out on that. Yeah, sure is a pretty good dirt bike. I just like to see it well maintained. I just gotta have my mechanic do the oil change right here and bend down into here to get that oil out and put a new oil filter because you don't want to run on old oil. And that's where the oil filter is right there. Yeah, sure got the power bomb header FMF. It is loud when I run it, but I'll probably have to have my muffler repacked. Not long ago, took the quiet core insert out and cleaned it, and it was black. So I got another quiet core insert on order almost 38 bucks. Yeah. These, I'm going to be getting these inner tubes, dirt bike inner tubes, especially for the front and rear, for example. Yeah, this was one of the original Maxxis inner tubes I used in the Maxxis tires. I already tossed them old Maxxis tires away. I've had a toddler to play with this one for a bit. But I sort of actually like Pirelli's better than the rest of them. Yeah, all these Pirelli inner tubes on the inside of these tires now, just like this. They're a lot thicker than Maxxis. Yeah. Pirelli tube. Yep, says Pirelli right there. Yeah, it's just about like the same made thickness as for the rear, including this part here on the rear is still like this. It's still thick, still hold air, but the grease, red rubber grease, is vegetable base. Got it on eBay. Should be pretty good. Yeah, I've had these Pirelli inner tubes in these tires for 4 years, so I'll be lucky if I get another 2 or 3 more years out of them. Yeah. Yeah, the Pirelli tube on the rear is actually, will go up to like a 5.1, but it is a 120/100 inner tube, 120/118 inner tube, and the Pirelli I like better than Maxxis. Feels like the Maxxis might be a little thinner. It's still ultra heavy duty. Yep, still Maxxis extra heavy duty, but it's thick, but still, I think it's thinner. Yeah, thinner than the Pirelli inner tube. Yeah, because those Pirelli inner tubes, they even still, when I took the valve core out of the inner tube, all the air just shot out. But the tube still retains its thickness inside the tire. So I'll probably eventually be using Pirelli inner tubes again. Even if I get another 2 or 3 more years out of these, I still like these better than V-rubber. And I'll probably have to put my star triangle again back here. and on the other side. Yeah. I could give the Maxxis inner tube to a toddler, but the problem is around the valve it's getting ready to separate because they just like to play with my dirt bike inner tubes. Yeah, because summertime is like when I get a flat tire, I would just rather have the tube patched versus replacing it if I can. But since I'm maintaining my stuff pretty good, better than some other people, it's best to use what you can and just try to get your use out of it. Yep. Yeah, that's a brand new Pirelli tube as a spare. And the original older Maxxis 110-100 18 tube from 2005 still holds there, but I just gotta be careful that a toddler don't get hurt when playing with it. That's the Pirelli box. Yeah, use this band on this inner tube, keep it folded up. I don't want to grease it yet, but I'll just keep it as a spare. But things should be good in there. Yeah, my trailer up there, I just got a jack from Harbor Freight. And just put it on yesterday. Had it in the car for about a year. And now it's easier to move around with a jack wheel so you don't have to bend further over. So, big improvement on that. Yep. Yep, sure is a real good dirt bike. Just glad I got it all cleaned up and well maintained. Just gotta have my mechanic do this, the muffler, repack it again. And get the oil and the filter changed and hopefully be ready to ride probably this June or so. Yep. Sure is a good dirt bike. Original seat. Like and enjoy.